The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York City, they think of skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us that know, there's only one thing we think of when someone mentions Chicago: vampires. And tonight, we tell their story.
And spice must flow, because without the spice, they can't travel, and it just doesn't work. And I don't. Oh God, no.
Well, good evening. So you've come to talk to your boy Twitch, yet again. Do enjoy our little talks. It's not often people come to visit me. It seems our little coterie had a busy week. Jackie and Destiny went off to Aluk's art gallery. Now, I don't spend much time with Mr. Aluk, but I do know if a ministry asks you on a date, you might want to reconsider that. They never have, let's just say, the best intentions with that. And if he's going to ask someone on a date, why pick Destiny? Makes you wonder. I also heard his little friend Reese was there. Now, I'm not saying Reese is important to him, but I did manage to catch him looking a bit hostile at Jackie for knowing that he cared for this individual. I'm sure Jackie is not going to abuse this position of trust and use it to her advantage. Of course not. Now, the rest of the coterie went down to visit Mr. Ben Galura again, the thin blood prophet of Chicago. Now, I have not had the gracious time to go visit him. I've not been blessed with that. But I heard it didn't go as well as they thought. It seems their discussion was a bit off. He apparently had a visitor pop in. Quite interesting. Quite interesting. I'm not sure any of them left there the way they came in. And a little birdie of mine, one who watches specific things, alerts me of them, tells me that someone may have committed a bit of a masquerade breach by texting something rather important, using a word that you probably shouldn't have used. Not sure how this is going to end, but remember what your boy Twitch says. Never discuss vampire business through a text. That's just rude. Good evening, and we will talk again next week. This is your boy Twitch. I'll see you later.
And it's just not right. And it's not right. I don't know. It's not right.
Good evening, and welcome to McStabber Studios' Windy City After Dark. I am the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I'm Rylyn Dare, also known as Mama McStabber in Twitch chat, and I am playing Jacqueline Durand of Clan Ventrue.
I'm Lady Merowith, and I'm playing Eleanor Thurston, Clan Malkavian.
I am Mandy, also known as the Lifesaver. I'm playing Destiny Star Jones, Clan Tosferatu, Kaitif.
I'm Urian, and I play Roscoe Acres, Clan Tremere.
I'm Gavin. I play Marcade of Clan La Sombra.
And when we were last with this particular coterie, we had Jackie and Destiny go off to a Luke's gallery, where let's just say that both of them found out a little something new about a Luke that is dangerous, but Jackie in particular has entered a new bit of a power dynamic with that particular scene. We had Eleanor and Roscoe and Lamar go visit Ben. And that was just a whole different power dynamic, I think is the only way to describe that scene. And at the end of the previous episode, the oddest thing was Destiny wanted to be dropped off at a Tesla dealership. Now, this is where we're going to pick up here because this was a bit of conjecture by the various viewers about what was happening. So this is still the scene with Eleanor and Jackie, Destiny and Jackie in Jackie's vehicle with Etienne on the way to the Tesla dealer. And Etienne pulls up right outside the Tesla dealer. Now, you had her drop you off right at the Tesla dealer, correct?
Correct.
And I will turn the scene over to Jackie and Destiny with a closed Tesla dealer.
You planning to hang out here until morning?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, obviously not until morning. I'll be going back to my haven before too long. I don't want to greet the sun, as it were. But,
would not advise it, no.
I might, there's a diner, I think, a couple blocks away. Might go get some pancakes. But this looks like a great place to spend some time, doesn't it?
Certainly.
Have you ever admired the lines of the Tesla cars and looked at them and just really enjoyed the way that they flow?
Well, if you happen to get one, I might have to.
Get one yourself or admire my car?
It.
Okay.
I don't drive myself.
I've noticed you have ATN do that. That's
I do.
Wonderful. I don't drive myself either, so I have Uber. No worries.
Well, enjoy your evening. Do let me know if you need anything.
Okay, sounds good.
And Destiny gets out of the vehicle. Etienne gets out and opens the door for you. And then after he lets you out, he gets back in. Ma'am,
yes.
Where would you like me to take you next? Actually, back to the steakhouse, I believe.
Yes, let's head back.
And of course, we've seen the steakhouse scene as last episode, but now we're back to Destiny. And as you step out, of course, the Tesla dealer, it's not I'm not going to call it a bad part of town, but it's dark. It's a bit seedy, unsavory. And as you get out, of course, the Tesla dealer is definitely closed. But there are various people
moving around on the street. Some of them on the street, but not moving. Even a few women of the night seem to be in the area at the moment.
Yep, I'm gonna walk about a block and a half north. I've driven by this area. Well, I've taken Ubers by this area a couple times, and I've noticed someone that has caught my eye, and I want to see if she's there.
And as you walk up this block, now you get some looks. You even get a few cat calls from vehicles passing by. Normally, how much, and those kind of things, rather insulting in a lot of ways.
Flip them off.
But as you approach up on this block you're looking for, you do come across the girl you're looking for. She's blonde, early 30s, maybe. It's hard to tell. She's not looking too well at the moment. She doesn't look like she's been eating well. She's not been taking care of herself. Because it's obvious she's on the corner looking for John's.
Before I get too close, I'm going to rouse for Blush of Life.
Okay, go ahead, please. And you did not get hungrier. So you will your vampire blood to make you look a little more alive, get a little bit more skin tone to you.
I'm going to approach Tiffany.
And she turns and looks at you. No. I'm Sandy.
Oh, sorry. Now that I'm closer, I see that you're a little older than she would have been. You looked very, very much like a friend that I had from LA.
I mean, if you're wanting a friend, darling, we can. It's $30 for straight, $50 for half and half.
Oh boy. How much would it be for me to take you out for a meal?
Mm-hmm. You would have to. You'd have to talk to my. Calls himself manager.
You look hungry.
You'd have to speak to the one who calls himself my manager.
Okay, your pimp, I'm assuming?
I mean, he doesn't like to call it that. He thinks it's classier to call himself a manager, but yeah, he's a pimp.
Okay, where would he be?
Oh,
and why would I need to even ask him?
Well, if you keep talking to me about another 30 seconds, I'm sure he'll be over here.
Okay, great. Well, if you're not Tiffany, then may I ask who you are? You look so much like Tiffany.
Yeah, you can call me Sandy.
Nice to meet you, Sandy.
And you are?
My name is Destiny.
Oh, I should have used that for my name. Oh, that would have sounded better. I bet you I could. I
think Sandy's a beautiful name.
Well, yeah, but I think Destiny would have probably got me some more customers.
Yeah. And that's why I've hated it my entire life. And it's so funny because I had this conversation with Tiffany.
Yeah. You do what you got to
sure
survive.
Do you have any cousins or she didn't have any sisters. Do you have any cousins named Tiffany?
No. And you see a guy approaching. Rather large man, heavy set, muscle bound. From the look of it, not natural muscle bound. You would guess steroids for sure by the sheer size of him and the bulk of this guy as he's coming up. Are you going to talk? You going to pay? Can't keep my girl sitting up here talking all night. She got to make the money.
Yeah. How much would it be for me to take her to the diner a couple blocks down?
Now, why would you be wanting to do that?
I want to feed her.
She's
she
a
looks
working
hungry.
girl. She's a working girl. She gets to eat after she earns the money tonight.
Well, what if I want to have her earn money by going and eating a meal with me?
How long are you going to be?
Does it matter?
Yeah. I got to
Why?
figure out how much business she may lose while she's eating dinner with you.
You look really strong. I'm going to turn awe on.
Okay. So you're going to use all. Now, when you use all, you're going to have to roll. I'm going to pull up my powers list just to make sure we do it right. Because, I don't want to mess it up. I mean, I don't mind. I'll mess it up. It's fun. You roll manipulation plus presence.
Okay. Why is my thing not working? Manipulation.
And presence. And don't forget to add your bonus power die.
Two successes.
Okay. So you get to add 2 extra dice to your manipulation persuasion, I assume you're rolling? You'll get 2 extra dice to manipulation persuasion as you try to convince him. And we haggle this down a bit and those kind of things.
You look really, really strong. And I know that you probably have to hurt a lot of men here, but I'm not going to hurt your goods. I just want to feed her. I'm feeling lonely tonight, and I just want to have some conversation. She reminds me of an old friend. So how about this? I guarantee you that there'll be no harm done to your... What do you guys call your girls? I don't really know.
She's my worker.
Okay,
I'm the manager. She's a worker. We're a business,
all right,
you see.
Sir, I understand your business. I respect it. I know many business people like yourself. Now, how about this? I guarantee you there will be no harm done to your worker, which I know that these gentlemen do not always guarantee. I will feed her, so you will not have to buy her food today. And she'll spend the evening with me the rest of the night in conversation.
200 bones. It's about what you're going to cost me.
But how much am I not costing you in the fact that I'm not going to hurt her in any way, shape, or form? She will definitely be able to work tomorrow night, which you can't guarantee would have to happen if she worked tonight.
Roll manipulation persuasion, please, with your 2 extra dice.
No, shoot, ignore that one. It misclicked onto composure. I don't know why it does that. Why is it not? I'm going to Fantasy Grounds. You're angering me. It's not.
That's because you have no persuasion. You have no persuasion dice.
But it's not rolling my 2 extra dice for...
Oh, hit the +2 at the bottom.
I had it clicked 6 times.
There we go.
2 successes.
2 successes. And he rolled as well. He also got 2 successes. And in cases like this, the tie usually goes in the supernatural favor compared to the kind. Okay, you know what? Since she reminds you of a friend, tell you what I'll do. 150. Look, I cut 25% off. It's a sale.
I'll give you 150. I have a question for you too. Might be a little off the cuff, but do you sell drugs?
I mean, what you looking for? My girls don't use. That's one of the rules.
I mean, I didn't want your girls to use.
But if you want to use,
for myself,
you want some X? I got some X I can get you.
You have some on you? Do you sell it? Or do you have to get it from someone else?
I mean, I don't hold it on me because sometimes the cops come down here and try to rough me up. But I got somebody nearby that'll handle it. You pay me and he brings it to you.
And you do sell it though?
Well, yeah, you give me the money and he brings it to you.
Awesome. That's great news. I don't need any tonight. I'm all set. I just would like to take Sandy here for some pancakes. But I'll come and see you again another time.
Bring the money.
Okay? I will.
And he looks at Sandy. You'll be back about 4 a.m. Understand? And she gets a fearful look in her eye. I understand, Charlie. And you pay him, and the two of you go to have some food. And we're going to end the scene right there with that. Then we're going to flash forward in time. It's an undeterminate amount of time. Time is fluid. But the next scene, we actually flash to the cabaret, where Jackie is actually sitting and meeting with a woman. She's got kind of long, brown, curly hair. Definitely has a European look to her, though it's hard to place exactly where she's from, but Jackie, this is a nice place. I'm sorry I haven't gotten here and been able to check it out. I've been busy, but you got a nice place.
Well, thank you, Melina. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying your evening.
I have been. It's been enjoyable. It's really unique, the setup here where, with the wandering, what do you call them? Poets? Readers?
Readers. Mm-hmm.
It's a very different angle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about this time that you see Lamar come into the building.
Lamar has roused for Blush of Life.
Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see here. The beast is quiet again. Not a good night to be the beast. When you come in, you see her talking to, you don't know who she is, but she's definitely talking long, brown, curly hair. And I'm going to share the image out with the players. And it'll also be on the Discord. And Jackie,
Yep.
You notice Lamar come in, of course. Melina doesn't because...
I will actually wave him over so I can introduce him.
Okay.
Lamar will walk into the establishment. I look around, greet a couple of people that I've seen before on the staff, just being nice, and head on over to see Jackie.
And right now there's a burlesque performance going on. It's actually performed by somebody you've seen perform here before. You don't know him, but you do know she goes by Reese.
I like her.
Everyone likes her. By the way, Melina, this is my associate, Lamar Cade. Lamar, this is Melina Arroyan, a dear friend of mine.
And Melina stands up to greet you and sticks her hand out to shake.
I shake her hand.
And
Good evening, Miss Arroyan.
surprisingly, her hand is definitely calloused. It shows she had a hard... she worked with her hands a lot before Embrace because that remains. Nice to meet you. Lamar Cade. Yes, I know that name. We're part of the delegation.
Yes.
Wow, it's nice to meet you. I hadn't met you before.
Nice to meet you as well. I didn't mean to break up what y'all are doing here.
We weren't doing anything important. I was just here to watch the show tonight. Jackie had invited me to come by the cabaret and just, have a little bit of a girls' night.
We all deserve some downtime every now and then, Melina.
Just feels weird not talking business, but it's nice not to have to.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Well, do excuse me for just a moment, Melina, because unfortunately I do have to discuss some business with Mr. Cade.
Oh, of course. That's no problem.
Okay. And I will take Lamar back to my office.
Have a good night, Miss Ryan.
It's nice meeting you, Lamar.
And he will follow Jackie.
And as always, as you go down the hallway towards her office, Etienne is just standing there against the wall to make sure nobody wanders close to her office and watching the place. And he just gives you a subtle nod as you go by.
What's up, Biggie? And
Etienne, do make sure we are not disturbed.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And I open the office and allow you entry.
I will go ahead and walk in and find a seat.
And I will walk in and close the door behind me and have a seat at my desk. There's a small concern.
Okay.
Did you call Destiny clanless?
Oh, this. Yes, I did. At the steakhouse, we were alone, and it was an unfortunate slip of the tongue. Seemed to have riled her up. She did kind of ambush me, but maybe that's where I got a little testy. But she made it very clear that she was unhappy that I said that. First I did say clanless because she asked me a question. I was explaining something to her. I said clanless, and then I said Toreador because I realized I had misspoken, fucked up, potato.
Yes.
And I did try to apologize, but she got a bit upset. She was really mad, and I guess I get that.
It is very important, Lamar, that we maintain the ruse.
Yes.
I know. You're probably wondering why the hell is a Ventrue in support of this.
Actually, I might be able to guess. But like I said, I messed up. I own that. And I will try to make it right with her as soon as possible.
You can think it all you wish. I know I do as well sometimes. But please do not verbalize that term again.
All right. I will not verbalize that again.
Thank you. Thank you. She's in a position to get information that is valuable to us all, if the ruse is maintained.
Okay.
So, we must do what we can to help support that endeavor.
Okay.
What did she say to you to make you lash out like that?
Well, she did threaten to kill me if it ever got out. And Jackie, I like you a lot, and that's why I'm trying to buy into this whole thing. I'm trying to buy, but the next person to threaten me outside of this coterie, you are going to be cleaning up something. And it might be a social mess, it might be a actual mess, but the next person to threaten me outside this coterie is going to have a real bad night. I'm fucking up everyone's evening, and I want that known.
I understand, Lamar. I have been greatly impressed by your resilience and your ability to compartmentalize and defer and delay reaction. I am certain that is no small feat for you.
I am trying to make this work out for everyone. And that's why I'm keeping it in check.
It is noticed and appreciated.
All right. As long as people understand.
But understand there are ways to also handle threats that don't make such a mess.
Okay, that's fair. And I
understand the need to vent, though. Perhaps find something constructive to do with that aggression.
Okay.
Any other concerns?
One, and he takes out his phone. While we're on the topic of making sure everybody stays safe, and he pulls up the message, you might want to make sure she doesn't put that C word in there and anything else.
Now,
anymore.
I'm going to assume competence real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt you. And that you've disabled the GPS function of said phone.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
I take the phone and turn it towards me. You brought this into my cabaret?
SIM card's gone, GPS is disabled,
Oh, thank God.
and that thing is going in the river after we're done talking. I'd have just printed it out and not even bothered, but
I understand your difficulties. It's fine.
Yeah.
Hmm. Literally, Jackie takes the phone in her hand and crushes it. And says you can throw the pieces in the river.
done.
Well, looks like my enjoyable evening with a friend just got cancelled because now I have to bring a child to task.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and let you handle that, and I'm going to go spread this across the city.
Thank you, Lamar.
No problem. He takes out his notepad. Here's my number for this week.
Perfect. And she takes out her phone, crushes it, and so you mind dumping this one too?
Done.
And she takes one out from her desk. Fucking fantastic. Okay, well, you enjoy your night.
All right, and maybe you'll maybe make sure that everybody else does the same, including her.
I will. I'll call everyone together.
All right, well then.
And I'll do it much more discreetly than that.
I fully believe that. You have a good evening, whatever's left of it.
Thank you, Lamar. You too.
And if there's nothing else, Lamar is going to stand up and see himself out.
Okay. And you see yourself out. Now we know Jackie has got to go have another discussion here. But while she breaks away from Milena because she has work to do, we're going to flash to another scene now. We have another one here at the same time as this is going on. Where are Eleanor and Roscoe meeting? Roscoe, did you ever take the book out of the steakhouse, or is it still at the steakhouse?
It's still at the steakhouse.
So we find Roscoe and Eleanor at the steakhouse, oddly enough, just the two of them. And I turn the scene over to those two players.
Hi, Roscoe.
Hey, Eleanor.
Brought you a Frappuccino.
Oh, thanks. Hey, you know I love those.
Do you? Oh, I made such a
I
good
did.
guess. I
You
actually
did.
didn't see it for once.
Well, you made a good guess. I do like them.
I had a feeling, and I thought since we were going to meet here, I also brought the books that I finished reading, so I thought
Okay.
I would put them back.
Okay, awesome. Were there any other... Did those books bring up any other questions or anything else you'd like to read?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Roscoe. After everything, I maybe shouldn't do more research on that line of questioning for a little bit.
Okay. All right.
But I mean, I am very curious about it, and the books were actually quite informative. I don't think I've read ones that are that detailed, even though they're somewhat vague at times.
Well, by necessity. I mean, anyone could find the book.
Yes, that's true. And of course, magicians and their secrets.
That's correct. All right.
But I appreciate it.
Oh, you're more than welcome anytime. Let me put these back. And if you want to have a look around to see if there's anything else you're interested in right now.
Oh, I would love to have a look.
Okay. And we go back into the library, and I put them.
When you go into the library, Eleanor, you haven't spent as much time in the library as he does, and you notice that more and more books keep getting added. I mean, every week there's additional books in here that weren't here the previous week. And did you put the flesh tome anywhere in particular, or is it just laying out?
It's on the shelf, but I probably in my shelf of books to categorize, and to find the right spot for.
Okay.
And that's where I would put the books that Eleanor had next to it.
Okay.
So,
Roscoe,
yeah. What
is that
is what?
Is that the book?
Wait. Oh, that one. Yes. Yes,
that
it
one.
Is. Yep. It is.
Does Jackie know you're storing it here?
It's probably a matter of omission. I didn't say that I was or wasn't. So.
Oh.
You think she has a problem with it?
Is it? Well, I mean, it's something. It's very obviously bound in human skin. And Jackie doesn't really like weird things like that. So I just wondered if she knew, because she might not like that it's here, but it's not like it has any tracking devices or anything on it.
Not that I can tell, no. I mean, it did have a Porsche attached to it, but
right. But not anymore.
No, that was odd, but I'll take what I can get. You want to have a look at it?
Yes.
It's hard to. You may not be able to read it, but it's interesting just to look at. I mean, it's really ancient.
Oh, I would really like to look at it.
Okay, so I take it out and then put it on the table.
And this tome, again, the cover's not marked by anything, but it is obviously made from what you assume to be flesh. I mean, it really looks like human skin has been wrapped on this thing, but there's no markings on the outside of it. Now, do you open it up at all, or do you just show her with it closed?
No, I'll just open it up to a random page in the middle somewhere.
And it's covered in Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Oh.
The actual paper in it appears it may have been papyrus, it may be sheepskin, goatskin. It's I don't think Eleanor has the background to really be able to tell the differences.
No, to her, this just looks very old and interesting. And she'll look at it a minute and she'll say, can you read hieroglyphics?
I've learned, with the help of books next to it, I can translate short passages from it. I can't read it fluently.
Oh, so. Not yet.
Well, not yet. And I mean, I don't know how much effort I want to put into it, because it's not something I would do a whole lot. So.
Well, you never know when something might happen that you would need to translate a very old passage.
That's true. Yeah.
To know whether or not it's a curse or something.
Yeah, that's very useful info. Yeah.
So what is in this book so far? Is it?
Well, the one section that I've been able to translate that I'm sure is accurate is it's a blood sorcery ritual to create a rat made out of blood that I can send around to do surveillance. So I can see through its eyes, and it can pick up small objects if I tell it exactly where to look for it. And it lasts like for the night. I mean, it doesn't last into the next day.
Oh, how covert is this blood rat? Or have you tried it yet?
I haven't tried it yet.
Oh.
I mean, there's components in it I have to learn yet. I haven't tried.
That's kind of creepy, Roscoe.
It's The usual Tremere stuff.
Right, that's true.
I mean, most everyone else thinks it's creepy, but once you've done it a few 100,000 times, it's like a Friday night. So
Friday night spoops.
yeah, that's right.
Well, maybe your blood rat will not be quite as gross as it sounds.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that.
And she'll look at the page again, and she's kind of very lightly touching it with like just the very tips of her fingertips. And she's having an inner conflict because she has in the past been able to see things by touching them. She's been practicing this, and it's worked very well in the past. And this isn't something that she's not supposed to poke at, that she knows of. But it's kind of creepy.
The big red button in front of you.
She is going to Spirit's Touch.
You're going to use your powers of all specs to look at the past of it to see who's handled it, what's happened around it, what it's been through. That is going to be intelligence plus all specs, and it's a rouse check.
And it's a rouse check, so we will be doing that.
Well. Failed rouse check. And you hear a voice that you only hear now in your nightmares. The doctor speaks once again. You are not being a good girl, Eleanor. You know bad girls are punished. I think you're due for punishment, aren't you? It's been so long.
No.
Oh, come now. I'm a doctor.
And if you don't shut up, I will kill you again myself.
Too late for that, dear. Too late. And then the voice goes silent once again. You are rolling intelligence all specs. Very upset at the moment. Because, Roscoe, you could see her face got very... anger, of all things, I think is the best way to describe it.
Oh, that'd be shocking for Roscoe because he's not used to seeing that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he would see her look just suddenly intensely angry.
5. Nicely done for your successes. And as you're touching it, you start to get a sense of the surroundings of it as it goes back further in time. And you catch not the whole context of it, but you see Abraham pulling it out of his desk, handing it to Roscoe, sliding it. You catch the emotional context of that particular discussion. Definitely a threat was in the air for that. And you go back a little further, and you see a man you've never met, African-American, silver beard, with a cane, as he's speaking with someone you have met. You know who Portia is. Their discussion is hard to pick up for you. It seems to be very esoteric, almost a history discussion, while the book is actually in her lap. And then you see Jonathan sitting in a chair with this same Portia across from him. She's got the book in her hand. And you can feel the pain he's in at the time. Though, from what you can gather from sensing around the book, he's just sitting there, docile. But it's a lot of pain. And it slips back further. And you begin to uncover a theme. Everywhere this book has been pain. You get as far as when Benway received it. And he managed to cut his undead flesh with a box cutter opening it. Bad things definitely happen to those who keep this around them for too long. And then you're back to where you were.
Roscoe?
What happened? What did you do?
I forgive me, I hope you don't mind. I took a little peek at where
Sure.
this book had been.
Okay. Where's it been?
Well, you know it was in your chantry, and
Right.
Portia had it,
Right.
and she had it in her hand while she was tending to Jonathan.
And ending to him?
Doing something.
Was she reading from the book or something? I mean, what was the context?
He was seated in a chair, and he was in immense pain while she was there with him,
Really?
unmoving. I suspect he was not in control of anything anymore. I think she was just holding it.
Okay.
And I saw who received it, who then gave it to you when you purchased it, of course.
Right. Benway.
He cut himself when he opened the parcel with a box cutter.
Okay.
Everywhere this book goes, there is pain and suffering.
Not terribly unsurprising.
No, it is bound in human flesh.
Yeah.
That might have something to do with it, in fact.
Maybe. Were there any other? Was there anyone else involved in the recent, possession of the book?
No, I saw an African-American man with a cane speaking with Portia, and I saw it come out of a desk and go into your hand.
Right. That's when Abraham took it out of the desk and gave it to me, along with the threat of keeping my mouth shut about what happened to Jonathan.
Oh yes, that was very clear. The book knew it, that
Really?
it was a threat. But I only saw as far back as when it arrived in Benway's shop.
That's a shame, because I really would have loved to know where this book came from in antiquity, but that's fine.
I suppose I thought maybe I could see that far, but I'm not quite that good, perhaps.
Just as well.
And, sometimes your blood does not want to cooperate.
Oh, I understand. I understand very well.
So,
Storyteller, the man with the cane, that was Marcel, right?
No, the cane is Abraham. He's the one who always has his cane that he uses, even though he doesn't need it.
Okay, I was thinking it was someone else then. Okay. All right.
well, I
I mean, I hope that didn't disturb you too much. I mean, obviously the book is not light reading.
no, I wouldn't expect that it would be light reading, but it was not too disturbing, though I suppose I should feel bad for Jonathan.
Yeah. I mean, that's you're confirming, what I've thought, that he is actually gone. I mean, he wasn't sent away on chantry business, unless that was to be ashed.
No. Clearly he was not. So, Roscoe?
Mhm.
How would the book understand what's being said around it? Is that normal for Tremere books?
I don't know the answer to that. I was just assuming that was just part of the power that you used in observing the book. But no, I mean, not that I'm aware of, unless the book. I mean, there are rumors that some really ancient artifacts have like a malign intelligence imbued in them, which I suppose is the case here. I mean, it did come from was a Setite temple? Yeah. The history that I knew is that Benway said it came from a Setite temple in the Mideast. It could be one of those. So which means it's listening to us now.
Yes. Hello, book. Don't mind us. I think you should be very careful with it.
I think so too. And it may have outlived its usefulness at this point. We certainly don't need anyone else spying on us.
No. Oh, could you imagine what the Setites might have done that could possibly be spying on us right now through the pages of this book?
I'd rather not.
I wouldn't like to either. But thank you for letting me see the book.
Oh, sure. But I think
When you had started talking about the book, Eleanor, I rolled wits awareness. Or sorry, wits auspex for you, because it's an involuntary roll, so you know. And with your supernatural sight, the book briefly glowed, a very black, sickly color, which faded almost instantly. You had 5 successes on that storyteller roll, so you know.
Do you have a very secure place to put it? Other than the shelf?
I do have a safe at the shop where I keep some of the more valuable antiquities.
That might be a good place for it.
Okay.
Just as a bit of advice, but you're the expert. And
about this item, there's a lot I still don't know. So if what you've seen is as bad as you say, maybe it should go back into the safe for safekeeping for the moment. And there was someone who was really interested in it immediately after I got it. Maybe I should pass it on to him.
Oh, well, it would solve one problem.
Well, it would get it out of our hands.
Mm-hmm. And well, I don't know if the book really minds where it likes to be or not. Perhaps it would be happy to see someone new.
Yeah, it might. I'll get in contact with him. Marcel, you remember him, right? When he came.
I do. Yes, that's right. He did show up asking about it.
So if he's still interested, well, he did offer to buy it, so never turned down money. But I won't haggle over it if he doesn't want to pay a whole lot for it. It might be better out of our hands.
Yes. Or, well, you have some time to think about it, I suppose.
It doesn't have to go right away. I mean, unless you think it's truly dangerous.
Difficult to say. It may prove itself very dangerous, but perhaps it's sated for now. And Jonathan's sacrifice bought us a little bit of time.
It did.
Perhaps.
Now, do you feel comfortable talking to the rest of the coterie about what you saw? I mean, about Jonathan in
Oh, yes.
Portia? Okay.
Oh yes, I would be all right to tell them.
Okay.
As you said, it's only confirming what we already suspected. But yes.
Okay. And I will put it away until I can contact Marcel.
Okay. And you put the book away. Now, what does Eleanor and Roscoe do after that? Do you just more pleasant small talk?
Well, there probably should be some lava cake involved.
Jerry
yes.
can always bring lava cake down.
Oh yes, we should definitely have a good conversation over lava cake with our frappuccinos.
I agree.
So you eat and have your drink. Now, I know Mr. Lamar there was wandering around town, dropping off bits and pieces, but I also know that Lamar had somebody he wished to meet with. So, have you arranged that meeting?
He would have used his new phone as soon as he was in the car to arrange that meeting.
And you're given a new place, once again, outskirts of town on a stretch of road that's relatively unused.
Lamar will make his way out that way, though he will stop somewhere. He'll stop somewhere that leads to the river to sprinkle away all the parts of the various phones.
It's not hard. And you throw the parts in the river and watch them satisfyingly sink beneath the water as the current drags them away. Then you head out to this deserted street once again.
Yeah, he'll drive out there and wait to see what vehicle pulls up this time.
It's a different vehicle for sure. There's actually pulls up a Cadillac Escalade, pulls over to the side of the road. And after it sets for just a second, you see a man you know well get out. His white hair, his brand on his head, some sort of intricate looking tattoo. He's wearing an impeccable suit though. Stark contrast to the look of his white hair. Temp Arcade, old boy.
Good evening, Templar. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you. I'm glad you got back to me.
Yes, Sierra came to remind me that we hadn't talked in a while.
Yes. I understand busy and all, but I've heard some interesting rumors about Delilah coming to town. That name is familiar to me.
Yeah, New York.
Exactly. Now, as I recall, that was a job you took care of that never set right with how it was arranged.
Yeah, I outsourced it, and those I outsourced it to didn't make it, and there was no sign of Delilah either. I considered the matter closed, and we had other places to be, so I moved on.
Understandable, and I know the ones you sent in to do the job, they should have been adequate to handle one Toreador. But they apparently had failed. But now I hear she's missing.
Yeah.
That wouldn't happen to be you, old boy, finishing. I know your desire to complete the missions and to make sure that things that were supposed to be handled before stay handled. That wouldn't have happened to have been you, would it?
No, I would have liked to, but someone else beat me to the punch, and I'm just going to go ahead and call it done.
You say that with a type of finality that suggests to me, the old boy, that you know something about this, that you're sure that it's finalized.
Well, apparently they found a couple of her people in the lake. I usually you don't get to someone's people if they have anything to say about it.
Of course.
So, like I said, I'm going to leave it at that.
You know
Not even
more
think about
than
it.
you're willing to tell me for sure, but you have your secrets, I have mine. We've always had it that way.
Fair enough, Templar.
She won't be back. You're sure of this?
I have it on very good authority.
Perfect. I wouldn't want her to somehow cause a scene. Plus, from my understanding, her return to the city is, shall we say, it didn't test well. It didn't hold up her reasoning. Made no sense.
No, it didn't, and that's been pointed out. But I try not to figure out how Ventru and Toreador do things. I just let them do it and hopefully stay out of the way whatever mess comes from it.
Very good. So how's everything else going?
Everything else is pretty good. The sheriff's a dick, but
You know, boy, that's a great observation. He was always a thorn in our side. He's way too competent. And quite honestly, his bloodline is way too strong.
yeah. And
He's not causing major problems, is he?
no, I mean, he's looking around the south side, probably looking for something that proves that La Sombra are evil, but
I'm afraid he won't find that.
no, but he's looking around my territory because I'll put it like this. And Lamar gives him the address. You should take a look at that. You should take a look at that place. There's a character by the name of the One-Eyed King. And he's got a sizable following running around here in the shadows. Following that should be too big to keep secret. And yet
I don't like this old boy.
does.
Let me tell you, I haven't heard anything about this. And if I'm in the dark, how sizable of a following are we talking?
Quick glance told me 55 to 60 people minimum.
Okay, that is
55 to 60 of us.
that
And
is a
maybe
problem.
homeless.
I don't know how I didn't know anything about this.
Well, if you find anything of interest, I'd be happy to know about it.
Yes, I'm going to take a look at that address and see what I can find, because that is disturbing. I don't like surprises, as you know. I've gotten where I am by not allowing surprises, and I need to know where they factor into our plans.
Absolutely.
Very good. Well, you've given me something to do to take my mind off the boredom I've been having.
Oh, there's one more thing I can tell you that you might like. I ran into Killian Roche. He's here in Chicago.
I know that name. Ventru. Grandchildren of Capone.
Yep. He's in town and he made me a little bit of an offer that I decided to accept just so I can get more information on his organization, and didn't want to have to deal with any annoyances like his buddies with the Tommy gun showing up and shooting up my establishments and people. So, but when I was going to make the deal with him, get this, you remember Gino Manatelli from DC?
Very much so. That is Vitel's man.
Not anymore.
No, he is Vitel's.
No, he's here working for Killian.
Motherfucker. I see I'm going to have a talk with Vitel again.
Oh yeah, then yeah, he might be happy to. I don't know, happy, but he might want to know about that. Yeah,
That little
saw him plain
shit
as
has
day.
a blood hunt on him.
Whoa, does Kevin Jackson know that? Because thought that was one of those. They honor those things wherever you go.
I don't know if he knows or not, but that little shit has a blood hunt on him, called on by Karina Dobson, Prince of D.C. herself. His own childer declared the blood hunt.
Hypothetically, what happens if someone with a blood hunt shows up in another city and the higher ups find out?
Depends on the city. Some cities, they wouldn't care. Others, they would. It's really a matter of the politics of the situation, you see. You know, boy, the consistency is a problem. But I will say, Karina is Prince of D.C. And even Kevin Jackson needs some of the strings she can pull when it comes to that part of the government. So I would expect he would honor and make sure that the blood hunt was properly executed.
Okay, because Killian says that his little operation is, that Jackson doesn't take, that Jackson is okay with his operation, which made me think he was okay with the people Killian had under him. But if...
You know how it is. Yeah. They don't always know all the people under them.
Now, I mean, just if the prince has to make a public example of someone, be something to see. If we keep that on the quiet tip, though, that'd be great. I didn't tell Sierra because there's only one other place the information could come from if she brings it out.
See, Killian's an arrogant little shit. And he probably thought he was sending a message by letting you see and your friends see Gino. But that's not exactly a swift move with a blood hunt called on him.
Because usually if you aid someone who's under a blood hunt, you're pretty much throwing your lot in with them. If I remember,
Correct.
That's how that works.
Correct. Aiding and abetting is generally punished rather severely.
Well, I wanted to make sure you had that information.
And I'm going to talk to Vitel for this. He needs to drag his ass back to Baltimore and get him the hell out of this city. There's more than one kindred who knows his link. He was his damn sheriff for 2 decades, 3 decades.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, he was pretty high up there. So that's not something they're going to be able to let slide.
No, and it's also going to point out if Vitel sheriff's here, as you know, he has a La Sombra, and it could cause complications that I'm not wanting to deal with.
Oh, I can just see Damien salivating right now. Oh, I've got you now, Cade.
That little shit probably is. Or his lunatic Alexa, let her find out.
That bitch. What's the play?
I can't take action directly. As you know, Vitel and I go way back. I will say, if it just so happens that it gets found out he's in the city and it gets relayed to the proper tower authorities, I guess they'll solve the problem themselves. Okay. Especially if his presence, shall we say, is revealed by a loyal member of the tower. A La Sombra attempting to join the tower wants to make sure that people understand that you're playing on the up and up.
All right. Then I'll figure out how to pass that along without making it obvious. See if we can earn ourselves some points.
Exactly.
With the right people.
Exactly. While I'll keep my hands clean of it, trust me, I will have a word. with Marcus when I speak with him again.
Better you than me, because that guy gives me the fucking creeps.
Well, that's why I like him. There's a reason him and I go so far back. Giving me a lot to think of, Temple Arcade. You handle your side, I'll take care of mine.
Will do. I'll see you next time I have something important.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll see. I don't know how long I'm going to stay in the city still. Now I guess I got to stay a little longer to deal with this, but most things seem to be calming down. And let's just say when the full hostilities break out, I'm not sure I want to be around for that. It's more fun to start the war than fight the war.
Hey, now, I like fighting. But I get where you're coming from.
You have a good night, Temple Arcade.
You as well, Templar Tally. I'll see you later.
And he goes back, and this time his driver don't open the door for him. He gets in the vehicle himself and drives off. And I think we have time for one more scene before we end to go to break. And that is going to be a scene, I believe, Jackie was looking to get hold of Destiny. So I will let them explain how they get a hold of each other and where they meet.
Etienne knows where Destiny lives because he dropped her off at her haven.
He would have never dropped her off at her
He
haven.
didn't. She took an Uber, had
I
him
always
drop
Uber
her off.
back.
Yep.
There was a night that her and Eleanor went out and Etienne drove them home.
No,
Mm.
I don't think so.
They were
There
talking
was.
about breaking into an ice cream shop that night.
Yep, there was. You had Etienne drive you and Eleanor around town and take you home.
He
Now,
wouldn't
that doesn't
have
mean he knows what
dropped me
building.
off at the location.
Right, you don't know which building, but you know the general area of town for sure because he
You've
dropped
probably
you off.
heard that I have associates at a smoke shop, so you might be able to
Okay,
go
so
into
she would
different smoke shops around.
Etienne out to basically leave a message to meet with Jackie. As far as where we're meeting, it will be at the steakhouse.
And the people that run the shop under your apartment, they tell you this real fancy guy
Good looking fella.
talks with a clipped accent, though real fancy, wearing a nice suit. He wasn't driving the limo tonight, but he was driving a real nice car. But I mean, he's got a nice suit. They figured one of the rings on his finger cost as much as their whole shop. And he was just asking around for you and said, if anyone saw you, to let you know that your friend would like to meet you at the usual hangout.
Thanks. Has anything else weird happened?
Not tonight.
Okay. Let me know if you see anything, or if any of the people that like to sell the illicit substances come through again. Just let me know.
Yeah, it's odd. Ever since you moved in, the numbers of them have been slowly decreasing, so it's getting a little bit cleanered up around here. I don't. It's like you're making the place a better place just by being here. It's weird.
I mean, I know that you guys you do a good job, and you're on the up and up. I don't want you to have to really worry about any people that might not be on the up and up. So
I mean, you keep making it better, though, and the rent will go up to the point where we can't afford to keep the shop here, and we'll have to move it.
Oh, you don't have to worry about the rent. It's okay.
And the lady smiles at you. You're so nice to us. You take care of us.
And you guys take care of me. Thanks for the message. I'll
Need me to let Hyde out in a little bit? Or are you taking...
No, but if you can give Hyde some tuna, tell Hyde that she needs to stay in tonight.
Okay. That cat's weird. You know, every time I talk to it, it looks like it understands what I'm saying, right?
Well, yeah, you've never had a cat that understands what you're saying?
No, most of them look at me like I'm stupid, or look at me like I'm bothering them, or look at me like it wants to smother me in my sleep. But yours actually seems like it understands what we're saying.
I mean, the ones that look like they want to smother you in your sleep and the ones that look like you're bothering them, they probably understand what you're saying too. They just want to smother you in your sleep and you are bothering them.
Yeah.
Hyde's just a special cat.
Yeah. He is special. I'll give him, he's a cute little bugger, but he seems too smart for his own good some nights.
Yeah. These things happen.
Got into the cabinets the other night looking for his treats.
Did you forget to put the locks on? I told you to put the locks on.
I didn't. I wasn't sure. I mean, I try to remember, but I mean, I figured I didn't have time. I had to run down. We had customers coming in, and I figured, he wouldn't get in there, but he was in the cabinets.
Okay. I will make sure to have words with him.
When you say that, I believe you too.
Yeah. I mean, he won't, you know what? You know that can of tuna that I told you to give him? Don't give him that can and tell him that he can take it up with me.
Okay. Last time you had me do something like that, he got this look on his face like he was wanting to piss on my shoes.
How about you just, why don't you just not check on him?
Okay.
How about that?
Okay, that's that works great for me.
Okay.
Do you need me to call you an Uber?
Oh, no, actually, yes,
Okay.
please.
I'll call you an Uber. And she goes down and calls you an Uber, and doesn't take long to arrive. So, I know Jackie's already at the shop now.
Steakhouse.
Or at the steakhouse. Is Eleanor and Roscoe there or not? That is a debate to be had. Have you left already, or are you still there eating lava cake and...
When I walk in.
We're probably finishing up. Still eating, but finishing up.
Oh, good, you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
Is something wrong?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh.
Destiny sent out a text to Lamar before she sent out the one to all of us yesterday, last week, telling him that the coterie is meeting at the steakhouse.
Literally use the word?
Yes.
She used the word?
Yes.
Okay.
I have Etienne going to get her basically to summon her here so that we can have a discussion about this, because this is not allowed, because now this place is pretty much burned. So your phones, anyone, if she has texted you on your phones, destroy them. Get other phones, get burners, destroy them. Get rid of them.
Okay. All right, time to switch out.
I pull out my phone and crush it.
Do you need another phone, Eleanor?
I actually have another one. It's just not with me. It's at home.
Okay.
But I do have another one, so
Good.
it's all right.
And you have phones, Roscoe? If not, I can...
Mhm.
Oh, okay. If I can provide them if needed. So...
Thanks, but no, I'm supplied.
Okay, good. Good. So yes, so I expect her here hopefully sometime this evening so I can have a talk with her, because this is not going to ever happen again. If you have anything pertinent in this location that could possibly reveal something supernatural or otherwise not related to humans running a steakhouse, I suggest it gets removed.
Well, about that.
What?
Well, you know the book that I had. It is here.
Oh, no, it's not. You're going to remove it.
Well, the plan was, after Ella and I were finished with our cake, I was going to take it back to my shop and put it in the safe where it's out of the way.
Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea.
I'll make sure it gets in there safely.
If you'd like to go take care of that, that's fine. I can wait here for Destiny.
Okay, sure.
I will take care of if there's any other particular books that you might want to take with you that
Yeah, I do.
might be suspect. I would suggest you lock them away as well.
Okay, I'll do that. There's a number of them that would be best not found.
Do you need Jerry to assist you?
You know what? Yes.
Okay.
I could use some help.
Okay, Jerry comes to help you load off. And this is where we're actually going to go to break with Jackie, Mad, Eleanor, and Roscoe loading up to get some stuff out of there to leave
No evidence.
Mad Mama Durand in there to deal with Destiny when she arrives. And we will be back, everyone, in 10 minutes. Enjoy the break.
Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator, you can't remain the prey. You have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you? Or is it me? Become the beast. We don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in a world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast. We don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin to burrow within, to burrow within. Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Allow me to introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? They call me blood-sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Is she blood Bathory? I was very wealthy and powerful, a widow with political rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered, all my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, shut me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Bathory, blood-sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, youthful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Is she blood Bathory?
welcome back. Before the break, the coterie. No, let's just say the individuals, Jackie, has a bone to pick with Miss Destiny. And you have Eleanor and Roscoe starting to load up with Jerry's help, of course, to get some of the kindred-related things out of the room. And we're going to go back to that scene right as both Destiny and Lamar seem to arrive at the steakhouse at the same time. Now, Lamar, this is after your meeting with Tally, of course. So you're back from your tally, and just so happens, once again, the way fate lines up, Destiny and Lamar arrive at about the same time. And I turn the scene over to our players.
Lamar holds the door for Destiny and waits for her to go through.
Thank you.
And then he will follow inside, head down to the meeting spot. Storyteller, Blush of Life, does that last all evening?
No,
or
it
just
lasts
the
one scene.
One scene.
But you can always go in the back. I mean, technically, because of the way you look, without Blush of Life, you'd just be very ashy. So you don't have to use it to cut through the steakhouse. You deliberately keep the lights low enough that there would be comments about, the ashy complexion you have, but you could get through just for that brief time that you're in the main area without rousing.
Yeah, Lamar he'll just beeline straight for the speakeasy and then get down there to find
Jackie is sitting in in a booth thing that we have there, and you hear things being put into boxes in the library. Lamar, very good. Oh, Destiny, good, both of you. Lamar, if you're stashing anything here that could be suspect, please remove it. You can stash it at the club if you need to.
I'll get on that. And what about, have you guys erased the footage we got down here? Because
that'll be done.
Alrighty. And he heads to the back to start gathering up his stuff.
Okay.
Gathering up guns and more guns, and even an AK that was fired one night.
Destiny, have a seat, darling.
Okay.
Do you understand what's going on here?
Yeah, I was going to talk to you guys about that. It looks like Lamar already has.
Yeah.
I guess I owe you one, Lamar, for bringing that to everyone's attention.
Please tell me you've destroyed your phone.
I did last night.
Okay. You must never, ever, either on phone conversations or in text, mention anything that relates to our society.
I know. Martin has drilled that into me, and I don't know what happened. I don't know how that slipped my mind. I am incredibly stupid.
Everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah, but now everything could go wrong because of that. And
I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. I'm familiar with this situation. I've seen it happen in multiple cities I've been in recent decades.
Okay.
They will come here, raid. We will conveniently not be here that night. There will be nothing suspicious that they will find here. And then they will have nothing to go on. Perhaps some kindred just happened to have dinner at a steakhouse one night.
How do we know that they won't? How do we know when they're going to be here? Or do we
don't.
Just
That's why we're clearing out now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We clear this out, make it look like humans run the place, and then we base our operations out of the club.
Okay. So
Please, proofread. Have set your phone. I'm Etienne does most of my tech for me, but he's told me that you can preset words to fill in for text.
Oh, like auto-correcting.
Yeah. So that it will not cover up what you're really saying. You have a creative mind, Destiny. Use it.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Very good. So I will also tell you, as I've told the others, if you have anything that remotely links to anything supernatural in this location, it needs to be removed.
Cat treats?
No, I would recommend removing those from here. Take those back to your haven.
Okay. Yeah.
Because generally
Typically don't wanna have
keeping
cats
animals
around.
in a steakhouse is a health code violation.
Okay.
So
Duly noted.
yes.
Yeah.
I did discuss your concerns, and it has been resolved.
The ones that we spoke about in the car?
Mm-hmm.
I shoot a sidelong glance over to Lamar.
He's back in the back getting his stuff.
I look at the door where he is, through the door.
It's been discussed and resolved. It will not be an issue.
Are we sure?
Yes.
I had a slip of the tongue of the text. I had the slip of the text, I guess. How do we know that he's not going to have the same issues?
Because one thing I will tell you about that man, he takes correction very seriously. He doesn't like to make mistakes. He's a perfectionist.
Probably went to Catholic school, got it beat into him or something like that.
So I do not believe we will have another issue of a slip of the tongue.
Okay. I mean, you understand.
I do.
Okay.
And I understand how valuable what you're doing is.
Okay. Good.
That's why I support it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. You are being way too nice to me right now. You should have.
It is better that than I lose my temper.
Noted. Duly noted. Okay. Okay.
I will say another fuck up like this and I will lose my temper.
What happens when you lose your temper?
Ask Delilah. Oh, wait, you can't.
Yep. Cool.
I'm not trying to threaten, truly. I want all of us to enjoy comfortable nights as safely as we can, knowing that humans are actively trying to hunt us.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Question. How many smoke shops did you have ATM deliver messages to?
Only the one.
Noted. Noted.
I'm very good at what I do, Destiny.
Yeah.
It is always a good thing to have me on your side.
I have no plans of crossing you. I was kind of hoping that information would have stayed secret.
It will.
You know.
And that's it.
ATN knows.
Trust me. He does not run his mouth to anyone.
Okay. I
Little
trust
secret,
you.
little secret for you. He's been in his condition longer than I've been in mine.
Whose was he?
My sire's. He was a gift to me.
That's a great gift. All I get are cat statues.
But another thing I wanted to bring up to you. When we were at the gallery, you had mentioned in the car as well that Aluk had said he was going to find a show for you.
Yeah, he said that he wanted to go see some theater with me.
Oh. Oh.
What?
So,
oh, what?
Aluk has asked you on a date.
What? No, he said he wanted to. He said he wanted to take me out to see a show.
Mm-hmm.
That typically is considered to be a date to other people, isn't that?
It is. Now, I will tell you, you will decline.
I already said yes.
No, you are going to change your mind. You are Toreador, you are fickle.
Not even as like a group outing?
Oh, he will not do it as a group, I guarantee you. If you try to invite others, he will decide he doesn't want to go. He has picked you, darling, because you are the youngest of this bunch. And he is ministry.
Oh.
You may not have much experience with them, but he is not only ministry, he is old ministry. And he likes his playthings young, naive, and as he likes to claim, stupid. And easy to corrupt.
And he targeted me as all of those?
In his perception, yes, because he doesn't really know you. But either way, while I do not doubt your own capabilities, being that how you were raised, I will tell you that you are not equipped to deal with an old ministry who has the powers to back up all the manipulation that their charisma may already offer.
Okay. Yeah.
It is not advised to be alone with him at all.
I didn't. Had I known that it was a date, I wouldn't have accepted in the first place. I thought he just wanted to go and see some shows with me.
It is never innocent, darling. This is... You fought a war, but you did not fight the war that is tower politics and intrigue.
Yeah, and I mean, in college, when people asked you to go see shows, it was literally just asking you to go see shows. But I guess that's a little different when you go to school for theater. It's kind of just like that's what your life is. It's not like a date or anything. Or maybe were all of those people asking me on dates too?
Maybe. You are a beautiful woman. Why wouldn't they?
I never really
You poor
thought
thing.
about that.
You poor thing. You weren't taught your power. I will have a talk with Aluk. Because he needs to be aware, as the little bit of info I shared with you, that, well, basically I have him by the balls now, and if he tries to cross us or me, Reese may have to get hurt.
Would you actually hurt her?
Oh, I can take away her job. I can make sure she doesn't get hired in any burlesque club in the city. She's getting a little money off that art, but not enough to survive.
You're right.
I wouldn't have to physically lay a hand on her.
Speaking of jobs. Not to change the subject of destroying Reese's life, but
I truly do not wish to. She is one of my employees, and I try to take good care of them.
I've noticed that over the past couple of months watching you inside of the cabaret. You do an amazing job with your employees.
Thank you.
I met someone, and they remind me of an old friend. I don't really know them very well, but they're in a bad situation right now, and I was kind of hoping that maybe you might be able to get them out of that situation.
What sort of situation are we talking about?
Oh, she has a job that will kill her if she doesn't bring in money, and I mean, basically threatened. I paid $150, took her out to eat, and brought her back before 4 a.m. And I mean, just
what time? And it was at the point where was that the night I dropped you off?
Yeah.
So you're talking that's about 4 hours. 150. Yeah. Was that a discounted rate?
Yeah, it was a discounted rate, definitely.
What did he ask for originally?
He asked for 200. And I mean, she's a pretty girl. I would think that she's worth more than $200, but it just, I don't know. I don't feel like she's safe. I think that I need to get her out of there.
I lean over and open up my purse and take out a business card. Give this card to your friend. Tell her to call. It is for, and you'll see on it, it has, hang on, let me pull up my touchstone. Listed on it, Raquel Lawrence, Esquire. Sex worker advocate.
Good. Okay.
If she gets in touch with her and she meets my standards, because Raquel is very informed on what my standards are, she could be making a lot more money than that.
Okay.
In a safe and secure way.
No,
I've recently purchased an escort agency in this city.
Oh.
And I am making strides in ensuring that it becomes the premier agency of the city.
I bet it will be in no time. That sounds great.
If you need more cards because of other individuals, and I'm not exclusive to just girls, people have a variety of tastes. If you need more cards for Raquel, let me know.
I don't exactly know how many girls this pimp has underneath.
Word of mouth will get around.
Could I get a couple more cards?
Sure.
For Sandy to give, because
and I take them out and I give a stack of like 10.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that this pimp isn't going to be around for much longer.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
I approve.
He deals drugs.
Oh, and you have your clinic. I'm sure that, yes, I see. I approve.
Thanks.
I may at some point need to get you to really get to know my child a bit too. She deals with victims of sex trafficking.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Does she have any ability to get information on people that you think might have been trafficked?
She may have some resources.
Okay. I would like to. The friend that
you thought
Sandy,
that she looked like?
Yeah. I knew her in LA.
And
I haven't heard from her in, 12 years, I think.
Wow.
I miss her. She was like the only friend I had growing up, the only one who really kind of knew.
Yeah. I'll ask Abigail to get in touch with you.
Okay. That would be great.
Mm-hmm.
I would appreciate that.
Certainly.
So as you wind down this conversation, we have Eleanor, Lamar, and Roscoe loading up Roscoe's car first. Now, Eleanor and Roscoe, as you two go out one time to load the car, of course, it's a busy night. There's people walking by on the street. But when you go to load it the second time, you notice the same individual. There's a man, looks to be early 20s, wearing khakis, t-shirt, seems to be watching as you come out. And each successive time you come out of the building to load something, he seems to have moved a little bit closer and a little bit closer and a little bit edging up closer and closer. And at this point, when you really notice and realize this is on purpose, he has been edging right up to the mouth of the alley, leading to the back door.
Lamar is helping us, yes?
Mm-hmm. Lamar, you only had 2 successes on yours, so you don't really notice until he's literally like coming in the alley, kind of at an angle.
Right, but as we're going back and forth, if I can catch Lamar when we're inside, I'm going to tell him there's a guy edging up. Hasn't moved. Well, is moving nearer.
A little close.
Yes. Don't like the look of him.
Go ahead and y'all head to the head of the alleyway in case he decides to turn back. And Lamar will wait for them to go. Lamar's going to go quickly just look at the cameras for the alley just to see, like, is he still edging up? Like,
does he look like he's actually stepped slightly into the alley, and he's not doing a very good job at hiding that he's watching. Actually, he's being quite obvious. He's apparently not very skilled at being subtle.
Young guy, like you said,
early 20s. Yeah.
Lamar will step into the alley. He'll go through. He'll step into the alley and.
Which way do you go? Front door, back door?
Back door.
Okay. And Eleanor and Roscoe are also there to back you up because you had said you'd sent him to make sure if he runs for it. When you step into the alley, Lamar, he actually looks up at you, and you see his eyes narrow a bit, and he seems to be. He's not having a discussion with himself, but you can tell he's thinking about something, and he finally just nods and starts heading towards you.
So, let's get the awkward question out of the way. Who the fuck are you?
I'm nobody, man. I'm nobody. Just, hey, I know you. I've seen you before.
We know each other?
Well, we don't know each other, but I've seen you.
Where have you seen me?
Let me tell you, I'm going to tell you a story. See, it'll work better with a story. See, I live just down the street a little bit, one of the buildings. And I was out sitting by the window, shooting up a little. And I happened to be looking out this window. And I saw a guy. It was you. I'm telling you, it was you. I saw you talk to my dealer. And back up in the alley there. And, I swear I saw you biting his neck. And then I saw you shoot him.
Oh. Cool story, man. Now, let me ask you a philosophical question. Let's say you see a guy do something really terrible to somebody, right? You think he may have killed this person. Is your plan A, to pray that you never run the fuck into this man, or B, confront him and play... wait. Bro, you smell that?
I mean, the alley stinks. That's what I smell.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, it's right under that. And Lamar pulls his gun and points at the guy. It's
Hey,
the
look.
scent is called Fuck Around and Find Out.
No,
Get your ass in here.
listen.
And Lamar.
I just want
guides
in.
him.
I want in, man. I want in.
Oh, you in something right now. You in something right now. Question is, do you get out of it? Walk your dumb ass in here. And Lamar holds his gun on him.
And he just keeps his hands up. Hey, like I said, I just want in. And he's slowly, he's looking down the barrel. It's not exactly something he wants to try to fuck around with. And you lead him into the steakhouse where Jackie and Destiny see him come in. Under gun. And Eleanor and Rosker, you heard the conversation. And you saw him frog marched with a gun into the steakhouse. And I assume you followed up the rear after checking to make sure nobody was coming with him.
Right, and locking the car, too. Of course.
And the door?
Yes.
Hey, no need to I just want in, man. I want in.
Well, here, you know what? I have a problem with people like you messing with my lifestyle, okay?
Oh.
The love between two men, that is a beautiful thing and should be celebrated. Now, what's your name again?
You can call me Aaron.
No, I want to know what your actual name is. Because otherwise I'm going to call you guy with a bullet in his head. What is your fucking name?
My mom named me Alfonso. She was a fucking Capone fan, so I just go by Aaron.
All right. Alfonso.
She didn't get it right. His real name is Alphonse, and she fucking put an O at the end. Look, I want in. What I saw. Look,
yo, stupid ass down.
Okay, I'm sitting. Chill. We don't have to get violent about it. I mean,
buddy. I walk over to Lamar. Buddy, let's tone it down a second.
Oh no, this man wanted to tell me a story about something he thinks he saw. I'm way too unstable for fucking story time, so I need a really good reason not to make an MC Escher painting out of his fucking forehead.
Your lover, buddy. Remember your lover.
You would want me to
Alfonso, do you want to tell the story to us that you tried to tell to him?
And he actually looks at you, Lamar, waiting to see if you give him a sign he could say something. I mean, I don't know if I want to. I mean, hey, are they cool? Do they know what you are?
What exactly is he? And I've roused for blush of life.
Oh, and you got hungrier.
I sure did.
Your beast speaks.
Uh-huh.
It's the voice of, well, when you first started being a courtesan, you dealt with some very unpleasant individuals. It's the voice of a man that roughed up, is known for roughing up the girls.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck this guy. Kill him. Just fucking kill him. Don't bother. Fuck what he has to say. You know you want to, let me have him. Just let it loose. You're too uptight. Come on.
Does he have blue eyes?
Nope.
Nope.
Shit brown.
Fuck that. And that's what I think in my head. Fuck that.
Didn't say feed. I said kill him. And then your voice goes silent, and he's like, "But I just said I was setting up one night in my apartment down the street, and I saw your buddy here go down an alley, and I was shooting up heroin that night, and I saw him talking to my dealer. Then they went back in the alley, and I saw him biting his neck, and then he shot him. Now,
are you sure he wasn't kissing his neck?
Oh, I saw the blood. That's not kissing when the dude's bleeding.
So what this tells me is that you're a goddamn junkie with... I'm sorry. Go ahead. He tells Destiny.
Sometimes there can be blood when kissing of the neck happens.
This ain't the first time I've seen weird shit like this.
All right, you just
I know something's
us.
going down in this city, and I want in. Whatever this weird shit is, you want me to say the word?
You just told us that you were a junkie. Now, as I see it, you have two options, Sir Junkie. There's a clinic half a block up. You can go to that clinic and get clean, or you are going to die a junkie for the rest of your life. I've been around it. I've seen it. You won't live long. And it'll be sad.
Come on, just
It'll be really sad.
look. I've been around here a while. I've seen a lot of shit. Nobody pays attention to the junkies. It's not the first time I've seen shit like this happen. And it's not the last time. So I want in. Just make me one of you. Come on, you can do that, right?
Who else have you told this bullshit theory to? Lamar's still holding a gun on him.
Nobody.
You told
I
this
don't know.
bullshit idea to.
Nobody. Why would I? I mean,
Don't
nobody believe you anyway these days.
lie
Oh yeah, I
to
see
me.
people drinking blood on the streets. They'd lock me up faster than. Well, shit,
there's
they'd
a
lock me up faster than if they
reason
saw
for
me doing the
that.
drugs.
There's some. Oh,
Drugs
sorry.
Drugs
around.
rot your brain.
I poke my head around from the side. I'm behind Lamar, but kind of poke my head around from the side. Heroin's a hell of a drug. But you sure you saw what you think you saw?
I've seen it a couple times. Okay.
Oh,
So-
so where else? Where else have you seen that? When you were shooting up too?
I was homeless for a while.
What do you think
Man.
you saw?
I saw my buddy got beaten by this fucked up, burnt looking dude. I didn't tell anybody then. I ain't told, well, until now. I haven't told anybody. So, I mean, I just want in. Whatever's going on, let me get in on that.
Why do you want in so bad?
Because I'm fucking tired of this life. I'm tired of being a fucking addict, a druggie, a junkie, living one day to the next, trying to get my next fix. I mean, your boy here killed my dealer. Now I'm having trouble finding new ones because apparently you people have been running people out of the. I mean, all the dealers are disappearing out of the neighborhood.
You people. What do you mean by that?
Answer his question right now.
Vampires.
This guy.
I thought he was talking about sadomasochists, but
Thought he was. Man, I thought he was one of those people. Wait, so,
I mean,
all right. Have you had anything tonight?
do you have
are you-
anything on you now?
Yeah, are
No,
you
that's-
are you high right now?
no, I wish, but like I said, y'all run all my dealers off, and I mean, I
Them
don't go
withdrawals is a
far. I
bitch,
don't go
ain't
wind to
they?
the city. What was that?
Them withdrawals is a bitch, ain't they?
It is. I just want to be free of it. Just
Seen all that crazy stuff.
I mean,
So
I've
one of
seen
crazy stuff.
crazy shit. That's for sure.
Jackie's
One-
going to go pour him a drink.
one of
Okay.
the main things of withdrawal is delusions.
Hallucinations.
Do you want to make your life better?
I mean, of course. That's why I want in on it. Right?
And she sets the drink down on the table in front of him.
Okay. He looks at it. I mean, I don't normally do. I don't
It'll
normally
help
drink the
calm your
alcohol, but
nerves.
Okay. He takes a sip of it. I mean, y'all want me to? Do I have to prove myself? Do I have to do something to? I mean, do you got to jump me in? How does this work? Right? I've seen the movies. I've seen them all. You just bite me and
It's not. Okay. Are you here for kinky sex? Because I mean, if not, we can't help you.
wait. Back. No, I didn't. I'm not talking about sex.
What did you think this place was, man?
Yeah, really.
I mean,
I saw you. You're not the first one I've seen drinking the blood. Okay, so
You've never heard of role playing?
there's role playing and there's killing somebody. We're not in Germany. Okay.
All right. Listen, when I said that your choices were literally that you were going to die a junkie or you were going to go and get clean and go to the clinic, that was 100% true. You were delusional. So right here and right now, I've got two options for you.
Okay.
You can go to the clinic or I know where you can find a dealer. And you will die a junkie.
I mean, that's not what I want. You know, I mean, if it's not you, I'll find somebody else. Because, like I said, I've seen it now. I know it's out there. I'm going to keep looking till I find somebody that'll help me.
Lamar lowers his gun and he goes over behind the bar and picks something up.
Okay.
Marches back over. This place, we soundproofed this place, didn't we? I mean, if we're going to give the man what he wants, we should make sure, absolutely sure.
The conference room.
Yeah, conference room. So, all right, you know what, Alfonso? You have convinced me.
Great. Perfect. See, I knew something was going down. I knew it.
You convinced me to listen to your offer, and I want to know, what do you possess? What do you provide? Like, because we got to have something that you got to gel with the group, and it's not just a decision.
Why would bringing you in be valuable to us?
Yeah. What can you give us in return?
I mean, I got good eyes, as you saw. I mean, I saw this. I see real well. That's, what I got. I know a couple people. I mean, you killed my dealer, but, damn. I know there's an interview for this. You all interview?
Oh,
damn.
yes.
Yeah. We're very, very picky about.
I mean, I could put together a resume. But I got eyes to see things, and I guess I can't help you during the daytime because I can't go out in the day either. Once you help me, or is it twilight? If it's twilight, do I get to go out in the daytime like they do? Or
don't you know? Don't you know? You've said you've seen all the movies.
Yeah, but they're kind of they're different. Each one has different. Some go into daylight, some don't. I mean, you see Dracula and he's outside, and then you watch Interview with a Vampire and they're inside, and Twilight, they're outside and sparkling.
Well, let's go talk in the
lie.
Conference room.
Yeah, let's talk about in the conference room.
Okay, we're gonna do this. Yeah, and he starts pulling his shirt to show his neck as he's going in there.
Oh, aren't you cute?
Fucking junkie. He's not cute.
And he walks. I mean, willingly walks right into the
conference room.
Right into the conference room. He sits in. Try to sit down, lay down. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, just go ahead and sit down right here at the head of the table.
Get nice and comfy.
He sits down. Okay. Can you be the one to bite me? And he points at Jackie.
Oh, ask her nice enough. She'll do anything you want.
I mean, one of the three ladies. I mean, any one of them, but
So you like girls, huh?
Well, it was the guy biting the other guy's neck that seemed to get your interest.
Well, I just saw it. I just cooked the spoon, and
I'm going to.
What'd you say, Destiny?
I said I'll bite him.
I am going to mesmerize him.
Okay. So he is a mortal, unprepared for mesmerize, which means he gets no roll unless you're going to tell him to do something totally against his nature.
I'm just going to tell him to close his eyes.
I mean, that's a pretty simple thing, and he closes his eyes. I mean, that's... He sits there, his eyes closed. I'm ready.
You're disgusting. I look at everybody else.
I'm sorry. Lamar takes out the silencer, screws it to his gun.
I'm waiting. I mean,
it's coming soon.
Okay. I mean, here. Just said here, right here. Right here. That's the vein, right? That's what you need?
Yeah, that's exactly what I need. And you know what? Lamar puts his gun away and he summons Arms of Araman.
Ooh. Rouse check for that one, please. I mean, if you're going to do it, right? You did not get hungrier. So from under the table, as always, it's shadowy under there. Out comes a shadowy tendril. More than one, it's just a couple of shadowy tendrils. Sneaking out from under the table. What do you do with them?
He curls them around the back of the chair. One of them will wrap around his torso, and the other will wrap around his throat.
Okay.
And then they will, one will hold him in there, and the other will squeeze until.
Okay, wits plus oblivion. Now, he doesn't get to roll at all to defend. So this is just a straight up to see how long it takes you to strangle the life out of him, because he's got his eyes closed. He's not defending himself. He's in deep shit. We'll see when it finally rolls, because, fantasy ground. See the wits. Normally you have to pick the oblivion first and then hit the wit. Okay. Because it doesn't. Hang on, you got present selected too. Here you go. I uncheck presence for you.
Okay.
Here you go. You got oblivion selected and just double click the wits die. There we go. 3 successes. It's not a quick choking death. But it's a death.
That glass of scotch, I need that.
As soon as it touches him, though, his eyes shoot open, but he can't get a scream out because his breathing is cut off by this arm wrapped around him. But it's obvious it's painful. And he's getting this look in his eye like, he's not sure this was part of it. It takes him a second to realize that he's not getting bit, that this isn't part of being embraced. And you watch him strangled to death. Now, looking at the Chronicle tenets, do not kill innocent to kind. He was not innocent, not even remotely. But does Lamar feel this was torture? That is a question only Lamar can answer.
Like, did Lamar torture him?
Do you feel you tortured a kind? Because one of the Chronicle tenets, never torture kind. That is up to Lamar.
Lamar feels like he gave him a quicker death than most people would have. He did not, he did not go through his brain for information or anything. So he gave him a quicker death than most.
I would say that it's borderline on that one, but never let anyone get in the way of your future.
Mm-hmm.
Your own personal conviction. And this is a threat to your future. So no stains are incurred for this death.
And as he's dying,
I will go get the glass of scotch.
How many glasses and how much scotch do you bring back?
I'll bring 2 glasses of scotch back. 1 in each hand.
Hey, Roscoe, you know how you make a mountain out of a molehill?
How's that?
You put a motherfucker in the dirt.
Yep.
And once this guy is good and dead.
Oh. Doesn't take long once the arms are around him.
Once he's good and dead, Lamar will dispel the arms. Let him slump.
He just falls limp in the chair.
Shame. These addicts, they get all messed up, wander around where they shouldn't be. And when Jackie returns,
2 glasses of scotch.
Lamar will take one, set him, and he'll pour it all over the guy. I'm going to help our buddy. I'm going to bring a car around, get our buddy home, help him, figure out what he's going to do with his life. But fortunately, guess he drank himself, into a stupor, didn't wake up. And Lamar checks his pockets for like his wallet, any wallet or identification.
Storyteller.
He's got a wallet on him, and it says Alfonso on it, and the address is literally right down the street. Doesn't have any credit cards. It's got a bank card. No pictures in it. Looks like he's got a lot of employment agency cards in there. He apparently been looking for a job.
All right. So Lamar's been a hitter in this city before. He wants to know.
Take some rope and hang him in his apartment.
Good plan. And yeah, Lamar will get some rope. Actually, he's got some in his car, but he'll take Alfonso home, and put on his gloves. He'll leave the steakhouse, get Alfonso home, take him into his apartment.
Do weekends at burning him in.
And then he'll set the scene. And when it's all done.
And when you go in there's a lot of heroin paraphernalia. Spoons that have obviously been used to cook the heroin. There's syringes all over the place. Anyone who comes in is obviously going to know this was a junkie.
You have the marks on his arms still?
Yeah.
Okay. Track marks on his arms. Lamar's going to do what he can to make this seem as much like he did this to himself and couldn't take it anymore issue as possible.
Okay, and you set the scene.
Then he'll leave his wallet on the table. His keys, just all this stuff is here. So, and then he will go ahead. Actually, he'll lock the door window, and then leave.
From the window, it looks right at the alley where you had your season 1 incident.
Closes the window.
Okay.
Then he'll leave, lock the door, and head back to help everybody else.
Okay. What is the coterie doing while he's gone?
Finishing up moving. Keep moving the stuff.
Once Lamar comes back, I'll let him know I have someone I can call to make sure that plays out like it should.
Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Thank you, Lamar.
And you continue loading up.
Do be careful. In the domain, there's a rack right next door.
Yeah, that was the night. That was the night we dealt with our unwanted guest. But,
unfortunately, problems in the domain land in our lap.
Yeah.
Fucking drained body wouldn't have been stupid fucking obvious as hell. He would have. Lamar.
Destiny.
Thank you for offing that drug dealer.
You're welcome.
One less that I have to do.
Not a fan of drug dealers.
Or addicts.
Not even a little bit.
Gotcha. Lamar makes a mental note to make sure that he does not take Destiny to the south side.
Very valid. And I'm going to turn this as the final scene of the evening over to all the players so you can have any last discussions, any pull aside talks before we end this episode. And I assume you, at the end of the episode, you finish loading up and that kind of stuff.
And move on.
So from here on out, we will meet up once a week at the club. Doesn't have to be a club open night, but open night is more plausible.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Speaking of the club, with the issue with Mr. Green, Eleanor, are you going to be ready to move on that soon if we're going to be spending more time there?
Oh, yes.
Good.
It should all be taken care of.
And I will leave that in your capable hands.
I do hope they're capable enough.
Did you by chance find a show for us, Destiny?
Oh, I did. Tickets are, we can go like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday.
Let's do Tuesday.
Okay. You guys are going to love it. So, Eleanor, Jackie wanted me to find a historical comedy, which I was like, in Chicago, that's going to be really hard because like Aristophanes really isn't played that much. But I found like the perfect show. It's called Socrates on Trial. And Jackie, I'm sorry, only the first act is a comedy. The other two are actually more serious, but the second act has audience participation. And we get to vote on whether we're going to kill Socrates or not.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it.
And then
Me too.
the third act is supposed to be just a monologue by Socrates on the night before he dies.
Ooh, that's good drama.
Right?
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. I like read everything I could find about it, and it's only been performed in the United States like a couple times. So,
Ooh,
yeah.
an exclusive nearly.
Right?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Good job.
I looked for a long time.
I believe it. I gave you a challenging task. But no, you've done well. You've done well. We will do that Tuesday.
I look forward to it.
I'm very excited for it. Oh, before we go our separate ways. Well, there was a certain book that I looked at, and that certain book had been in some certain places. And I can confirm that Portia was not very kind to Jonathan.
Well, shit.
So, I thought you said no.
Thank you, Eleanor.
Freaking. All right, right now, between all of us, can we once more agree that we do not go to the Succubus Club?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And before it was
absolutely.
don't go alone. I think we should just steer clear of the place altogether. I get the whole we need to see
Unless we are demanded to attend by someone
Right.
important.
Mhm.
Right.
In which case we'd have no choice. Yeah.
We
but
have our
otherwise-
own club now. Why do we want to go to the competition?
Right.
Our club is better.
It's Porsche free, and that's good enough for me.
Indeed.
But okay, I don't want to lose anyone else when we don't have to. So let's just stay
I
away
agree.
from there.
I agree. Okay. Well, if you're really super hungry, don't feed in the domain. Go to the rack. Don't send certain things over text or through voice. And, yeah, I guess I will see you guys next week at the club. And you
Yeah.
ladies, I will see on Tuesday for the show.
Yes.
Hope y'all have a good time.
Enjoy the show.
Thank you.
So, any last things before we end the episode? I guess we'll end it then.
Well, Jackie will actually be the last one to leave. And even though she can't see him, she'll say, well, Sylvester, we'll be out of your hair here for a little while at least. Enjoy your nights. She turns off the lights and walks out.
And oddly enough, no glass breaks. Nothing gets shoved around. There's no real reaction from Sylvester this night. And this is where we end this episode, with Jackie having spoken to Destiny about the issue, spoken with Lamar to solve some issues. Eleanor and Roscoe having some time together, and Eleanor touching a book. And then finding out, even if actions have consequences, you don't always see them right away. Sometimes they take a while for someone to build up the nerve to confront the one that they saw. And I would like to thank, of course, my wonderful players for this episode. And, of course, wonderful viewers. Please go to the Discord right now, over here. Go to the Discord. Vote on the player XP. Please, just vote.
Seriously.
So,
And if you can't decide one character, vote for as many as you feel like need it.
yep. Just go to the Discord, vote. Just vote. Viewer XP. There was a lot of votes last week. A lot of people got votes. Everyone gets a bonus XP this episode. And that was for the last one. So you get 1 extra from last, and of course the normal 2 for this episode. So that's great. If you like what we're doing here, give us a follow here on Twitch. Give us a subscribe on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, please give us a subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell other people you know that like Vampire about the show. Have them come and hang out because it's good story. We got a good cast, and it's a lot of fun. Please, if you want to give something to the players, not Relent or I, just the other players, bits and donations, of course, go to the players. And that's a way to show thanks to them. Check out our friends over here. They're all people we like. There's a whole list of them. And so I don't get in trouble. We also have Windy City merch. Because I get in trouble because I forget that a lot. You can get a nice mug with all the cast on it, the season 1 and 2 cast. Season 3, we'll have a new player, which anyone who's on our Discord understands that Brand the Wolf here in Twitch chat is going to be joining us in season 3 as an addition to this table. And we have big hopes for him, and he's going to do great, and we can't wait to play with him. I'm forgetting a whole bunch of stuff, and my brain is just literally just went blank.
Schedule. I'm going to do that.
You're going to do the schedule? I'll give her the schedule. We'll let her do that.
All right. Well, thank you again, everyone, for joining us tonight. Make sure you do hop over to Discord and vote for us over in Chi-Town chat, because the more of you that vote, the more likely we are all to get XP. So please show your hype over our streams and share that XP votes for the viewer engagement that we strive for with our stories. Appreciate and love you all for it. Okay, so coming up tomorrow, today's the 11th of April. Tomorrow, 12th of April, 8 p.m. Eastern, we are hosting Tamshu over at Onyx Path Twitch, running his Weird West campaign, which is a Chronicles of Darkness, Dark Eras 2 chronicle that he is running. And it's set in Arizona. There's some weird stuff, possibly aliens going on down there.
There's a UFO.
It's a UFO and all that crazy mess.
Right.
So yeah, it's wacky. It's Tamshu, so it's wacky stuff. So,
his teaser image had a UFO flying over the Wild West.
Yeah. So check that out. We will be hosting that here at 8 p.m. Eastern on McStabber Studios Twitch channel, and you'll be able to click one link to go straight to Onyx Path to be able to go and watch it live there. On Tuesday, Tamshu will be back here on McStabber Studios at 8 p.m. Eastern with his Haunted Chronicles Black Death Chronicle, which is his Chronicles of Darkness stream. Not the Dark Eras 2E. This is just straight up Chronicles of Darkness. It's going to be season 3, episode 10. I believe they are still in China. Mandy, Destiny is in it. So Destiny, are y'all still in China?
As of right now, yes, but I would assume unless something crazy happens next session, yes.
Okay.
Because tomorrow, after our recording, is when the next session is. So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
We assume with the general pacing of that story, y'all will probably still be in China.
And she assumes nothing crazy will happen. Yeah. I've watched the stream a lot. Crazy shit
stuff happens.
Yeah. I mean, just so long as I don't have issues delivering a message again and accidentally rack up a body count, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Remember, crazy shit.
And then on Friday, the 16th, we are hosting again Tamshu. He is trying to work himself to death. He is running like 3 streams a week. If he was actually on the 9th, he was running it as a one shot. It's the jump start of They Came From Beneath the Sea over on Onyx Path, but in case it ran into the curse, which I don't know yet because he hasn't streamed it yet, we have a little curse here at McStabber Studios where our one shots turn into like 2 shots or 3 shots sometimes because the story, the role play gets so good that the story doesn't quite progress where it needs to by the end of a session. So
And there's some powerhouse role players in that, so who knows what's going to happen.
Exactly. So that may be streaming again on Friday, and if so, we will be hosting that here on McStabber Studios at 2 p.m. Eastern, so it's an afternoon stream, very friendly to our European viewers. So you guys can check that out if that's still running on the 16th. And then on the 17th is Ishfel, 3 p.m. Eastern. It is the campaign finale. After that, it's all she wrote. And Ishfel is done. And then next month, Tiss will be back with Call of Cthulhu.
Getting some cock.
Yep. London Esoteric Society. So it is definitely going to be set in London or in England. And basically, it's going to be fantastic. That's starting up in early May. But we have Ishfel on the 17th, last finale episode of our D&D 5e stream at 3 p.m. Eastern. So we'll hope you join in and tune in for that. And then, of course, we are back here with episode 9 of season 2 for Windy City After Dark on Sunday, the 18th at 5 p.m. Eastern.
2 more left, everybody. 2 more. And yeah, again, I'm going to point out, join the Discord. Go to the channel. There's a channel there. What's your Shanky run next? With Wraith ended, I'm getting votes still on what the next game I'm going to run is of miniseries format, 2 to 4 episodes, which also means if you're on the Discord, because we cast from the Discord, you might get to play with some of us. I don't know who's going to be in it because we don't know what I'm running, but you might get to play with us, which is always fun. And phrasing, I know. And in the immortal words of Chops, please, mental health is no joke. Please check in on your family, check on your friends, check in on your loved ones, especially as we're going into the summer months. And it's been a whole year since the COVID, everything started with COVID. Please check in on them, make sure they're okay, because a lot of people aren't right now. And if you do suffer from mental health issues, please take it seriously, even with yourself. Talk to somebody if you need to talk to somebody. There's nothing wrong with that. We all have things that we have trouble bearing, and sometimes we all need a little bit of help. And that's what friends are for. That's what acquaintances are for. So please take it seriously and get the help you need. And from McStabber Studios and the cast of this wonderful game, thank you, everyone, and good night.